See, fortunately, I don't have this problem. If I left the planet right now, like seriously, I don't have any unfinished business or any loose ends to tie up because I lived full. It's like I don't even know how the hell I did everything. Like it's been 49 years, right? I don't even know. Like it's just impossible. Been to rehabs and jail and military, and was an actor and sold cars and dramatic relationships and plant medicine. I mean, I'm cool because I didn't want a mind full of like a catalog full of unfulfilled desires. I want to go. You go and you live life and experience your desires to be free. This is why you're doing it, to burn that energy up. It's astral energy. It's your emotional energy. Those are the energies. That's the karma that will bring you back to this plane to experience something that you didn't experience here. Do you want to waste a whole life just to come back to experience something that you could have experienced already? I didn't. So this is the point of fulfilling desires. I made the first video. I had a nice girl that I was connected with. I like that. I don't like to put the girlfriend stamp on it. It's just something, it changes something, does something. And so I had this girl, but she was older. She's like an alpha female, you know. Plenty of money, post-therapy, didn't have a lot of, you know, issues that were gonna come up and all that. And so she was straight and we got along good, super intelligent. We had debates because she's in the medical field and I'm in the holistic field. We have good debates. I like sparring. Sparring with people who like don't start crying and throwing a tantrum when I beat them. I like, you know, let's be mature. But I liked it. And we had a good time. So she's kind of responsible on some level. She ignited this intuitive feeling I had that I should start making videos. Anyway, I was putting it off so long. I just kept putting it off. I knew once I got in, I wasn't gonna get out. You know, I've said it before. So I really wanted to make sure I was ready to commit to this, you know. I'd say 90% of the people that make videos or more, they're not ready. It's not ready. That's why they don't last. They go, I don't know, some months or a few years, and then they're finished. They get high, like, oh, people like me. Yeah, wow, they think I'm cool. And then all of a sudden, the people get less. They're not liking them like they did. Why? Because there's like a million videos out here, and people are shopping. There's all these spiritual shoppers. See? They'll watch your video and say, whoa, this is really nice. And then they go to the other video, oh, whoa, really nice. They'll watch some video that is capitalizing on editing and high production value, like, oh, cool, now I can get a dopamine hit at the same time that I'm getting spiritual. Yeah, I like this person. See, there's all that. So then the people forget the purpose, why they're making the videos. And so then they fold. After I made my first YouTube video, I felt something. Something was like, I'm done. I'm done, meaning that was like my last bit of karma that got extinguished because I made a video. What are the 3 karmic stages to how to complete our karma or something? I was talking like first stage, we're in ignorance for a while. That's just part of the deal. You can't transcend something. You can't transcend ignorance if you don't taste ignorance. So we got to be like stupid for a while. That's cool. There's some enjoyment in that also. I still do it, so it's fun. But I know I'm doing it. That's the thing. So you live in ignorance. Next stage, you begin the transcending. That's a hard stage. That's like that can take a while. Yeah, I think that's the longest stage. And this transformation, this alchemic process kicks in. So then, because you're changing now, like your spiritual tendencies are waking up and you want to live in more of alignment with that than this egoic, ignorant tendencies, for just trying to please your senses because you saw through it. You're like, okay, this is a waste of time. So you do that for a while, and the next stage, you you share your gifts. You you express, you fulfill the function that you've been given on this planet. This is what you do. That's the last stage. That's how I felt when I made the first YouTube video. I was like, I'm done. Like, really, if I'd have died after that, it's like I did my thing. I made the video. And so now it's just going to go on as long as it goes on, and it's fine. It's not my business. The universe is running the show. So we're talking about not having any regrets. To get to where you express your gifts that we all have, from my experience, you got to burn through the ignorance, transform on some level, and then your gifts, they just come. Like, you cannot not express them. It's like a woman who's pregnant. She's gonna produce milk. Like, you can't stop it. And the same thing. When you reach that level, you're good. That means you're ripe. That means it's time. You're not doing it for ego. You're doing it because, like, you just got to do it, you know. And then life will see to it that you do it. So, I think most of us, though, we're in that stage where. Here's what I want to say, though. I've met a lot. I've never been like this, but I've met a lot of people like this. They live in their mind, especially nowadays with technology. You know how many people think they know something? They don't know anything. Everything they know, they get from social media or the internet. They think they know all about. It's like, man, you don't know anything. Like, go and experience something. Don't just take, like, the media's word for it. They can spin things, man, however. They can make the mainstream think whatever they want. If they want to make this person, like, look good, they can make 85% of the population think they're good. They just spin it. Just focus on those angles that make him look good, and they can do the opposite. They can take your hero and make him look bad. 85% of people, or 90, will believe it because it's like, well, they make sense, you see. So people live too much in their mind. You need to go out and you need to experience things directly. It's you can't fantasize about stuff. Make a desire list. I was doing a consult with the brother, and this is the stage when you're in your 20s, 30s. Like, this is the life force is super virile. There's a lot of ideas, and, like, I don't know, do this and do that. So you make a list of the things you think you want to do. Then you start to look at that list. Some of the things you'll realize when you're looking, you're like, oh, I don't want to do that. That's cool. The point is to get this stuff out of your head and on paper so it's not so abstract. So you can actually start to take control of your life. Some other things you can go and start to pursue and do. You might find out in the pursuit that you're like, you know what, I don't want to do this. I thought I did, but now I'm actually in real-time experience trying to pursue it, and I'm like, I don't want to do this. Good. Check. And then some other things you might enjoy doing for a while. Then maybe the season will change. You won't want to do them anymore. That's what happened with me with plant medicine. That season lasted about 7 years. I really liked it. Now I'm like, I just can't do. I'm just done. You know. You want organic renunciation, not forced. So there's some special principle, though, about when we take action. Take action. You make your list, and just because the mind's going to say, oh, I really want to do this, but I can't. There's no means to fulfill this desire. What am I going to do? I just can't do it. I'm saying, if you really want to do it, you take action to start to try to do it. That's all you do. Remember, the results you're not responsible for. You don't know, even if you think you had the means to do it, you don't know if you have the means to do it. You just believe you have the means to do it. Life can crush you, and you're like, damn, you can get into a car accident, you don't have the means to do anything, so you don't know what's gonna happen. I met a few people like that. That could be an ultimate blessing, though, also. Well, it is an ultimate blessing. It's just, do we have the perception to perceive that, because then you find out what's really important, which is spiritual evolution. So you go and try to pursue these things that you think you want to do. Doesn't matter if you think you can do it. If there's some energy in you that's what you want to burn up, you see? Action burns that up. Then you don't have to waste your time coming back here. Or when you die, that energy will take you to a plane where it's a bit more materialistic. Not as materialistic as this plane, but still. You want to get to the higher planes. You get to the higher planes when you're free of desire and karma. So you take action to try to fulfill these desires or things that you think you want to do. In that action, see, some miracle is going to happen. The miracle can't happen if we're just sitting here daydreaming. Oh, this might be nice, but I can't do it. No, the miracle happens when you take the action and go see. If you end up and you can't experience what you think you want to, maybe that desire will just leave you. God will just take that out of you. You just forget about it, man. You don't need that. He might replace that desire with some peace, and then you'll forget about the desire. But you won't experience that unless you take the action. And the last thing I want to say on this subject about dying without regrets, go make amends to anybody that you feel you wronged. Doesn't matter if they wronged you. That has nothing to do with it. You make amends if you wrong them, because you want to be clean. You want to feel clean. Doesn't mean you inviting them to start a relationship with you again. No, you make amends. You admit what you did was wrong. You leave them out of it. Look, when I did this and this, I was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. More important than that, though, make sure you're not still doing it to other people. A real amends is a character change. It means you're not doing it anymore. I had a girl that she's a bit promiscuous, right? And so then she was a bit of a sex addict too. I got tired of having sex with her. So then she took that personal. Oh, you must not like me anymore, right? She equates sex and body to if the guy likes her, unfortunately. So then she went and messed around. And then, we ended up okay, yeah, we can't deal with that. So then I was, she called to make amends, right? I was like, okay, I hear it. But it wasn't a real amends because she's still doing that, though. See, she was still with the guy, setting him up, using him for, sex basically, and then throws him away. I think I told her, I was like, man, it's true too. If somebody was to tell me, call me and say, man, such and such, she got killed, I would not be surprised, not even one bit. I would feel bad. I mean, in my heart, I always, gonna have love for her, but I just wouldn't be surprised. You can't do things, certain things, not in this world with all the unstable minds that are out there and the jealousy and the envy, and you can get yourself killed. So the point is, if you make amends, make sure you're not still doing it. Because if you're still doing it, you're still doing it. So check yourself, do inventory, find out where you're being unaligned with spirit, and then fix it. Those are the things. Those are two main things. This is how you don't have any regrets. You go live your life full. Just take action. Doesn't matter. Forget about the results. Go take the action. And then you've done everything. At the end of your life, whenever. That can happen. You can feel satisfied at 20 or 30 or 40. It's probably unlikely, but it's possible. If you burned all that karma up, what? You're just chilling now. You're just doing your time, waiting to exit. You do that, and then you make amends. That's important. Do those two things. You won't have any regrets.